Welcome, everybody, to this week's podcast episode for the Financial Freedom Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christopher Liu. And as you know, I talk about four different types of freedom: time, financial, location, health freedom. And in that light, I'm always interviewing influencers, creators, entrepreneurs to bring you the best ideas, get those conversations, get the insights, and share with the world. So today, we have Austin Armstrong. He's the founder and CEO of Socialty Pro. And I love video marketing, video creation, video influencers. And he's going to talk to us all about growing an audience, especially through TikTok, which is one of the hottest platforms out there today. I'll let him introduce himself and talk about his experience. So Austin, welcome.
Dr. Liu, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, I really love having influencers and creators share their knowledge, their experience. Tell us more how you got started, what you do, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll start back at the beginning and bring us forward. I actually got started on social media marketing 18 years ago back on MySpace. I was a wee 14-year-old that got bit by that bug, figured out how to get people to follow me and how I could use that following to generate money. So I figured it out pretty early on in life and have more or less continued ever since. I started my agency about 3.5 years ago. We've really specialized in the behavioral health and medical marketing space as well, doing innovative strategies in video marketing and tackling platforms like TikTok. I started on TikTok in particular about 3 years ago. I think October was my 3-year anniversary active on TikTok. So it's been a little over 3 years on the platform now. I have about 630 something thousand followers on there personally. I'm a very practice what I preach agency as well. So the vast majority of where our clients come from for our agency are from our organic social media efforts. I've never spent a dollar on advertising. I have about 1.5 million followers across all social media accounts, leveraging short form vertical video, which we're going to dive deep into. But I know this space very well, and I'm just excited to talk about it with you.
Yeah, you definitely have the experience, and the numbers show. This could be a master class and a workshop, but tell us what is the vertical video and how do you use them for marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. So vertical video has been a recent not just evolution, but revolution in how we consume content online. And not to go too deep down a rabbit hole, but any advancement in technology is typically a reduction of steps. So for those of you that are watching this right now, or maybe listening, I'll try and best visualize, explain it. We hold our phones in a vertical format. We hold it up to our head in a vertical format. It's comfortable in our hands in a vertical format. But before TikTok, really, to consume video on this platform, full screen anyway, we would tilt our wrist sideways, incorporate a second hand, and hold it like this, horizontal video. And so it's literally just a reduction of those two steps, flipping your wrist, incorporating a second hand in a natural format that we're already holding our phone in. So there were early platforms that were doing this: Vine, IGTV, Snapchat, of course, as well. But none of them really hit that pedal to the metal like TikTok. And TikTok really forced the hand of all of the other social media platforms. And since the massive success of TikTok, every other platform has rolled out a format to support this, and they're algorithmically pushing it as well. So YouTube has YouTube Shorts, Instagram has Instagram Reels, Facebook has Facebook Reels, Pinterest has Idea Pins now. Obviously, Snapchat's still around, but all of the other platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, etc., are all supporting vertical video. And it's literally just that. It's quite the opposite of a 1920 by 1080. It's 1080 by 1920 is the aspect ratio of it. That's a quick introduction of what vertical video is. And short form vertical is typically 60 seconds or less is what's categorized as short form. Vertical, we could do a deep dive into all of these repurposing strategies and whatnot, but basically 60 seconds or less is that sweet spot so that you can leverage one video and post it across every single platform.
Yeah. It's it's really the Gen Z millennials, the generation they're most is the audio and video. And it was interesting with like Instagram. I remember you have to like, it was so hard to, the square versus the vertical.
Right.
Tell us how businesses can maximize vertical videos to dominate every social media platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in a crazy little window of opportunity right now where a really well-made video educating your target audience will help you dominate on every social media platform. 5 years ago, every social media person out there said, no, you have to create unique pieces of content for every social media platform. Not right now. We're in this crazy window. We're at the end of 2022. Maybe you're listening to this in 2023. This is your golden opportunity to create these short videos that are educating your target audience. I'm going to go deeper here in just a second. Put them up on all of the platforms that are algorithmically pushing this format of content right now. Use that to your advantage because they are pushing these videos out like crazy right now. There's not a lot of competition. It is so easy for you to get views, share your expertise, build your authority, establish that know, like, and trust, which is the key factors for your audience reaching out to you for success. So some of the things that you can do to be successful as a business in any industry, let alone the healthcare industry, physicians. I know your podcast listeners are a lot of physicians, right? We can kind of go down that path too. You have to clearly know exactly who you're trying to reach. What are the pain points? What are the emotional needs and desires? What are the services that you are able to offer to remedy those individual pain points? Because it's a short form content, you don't have time to like introduce yourself. The biggest marketing mindset shift that I can share with you is that nobody cares about you. They care about the benefits that you can provide them. So when you make your content all about the audience, that is how you're going to grow your business. So focus on those emotional pain points, create content around the questions that they're asking online, leverage keyword search tools. We can go down that path too if you want, but just simply answering the questions that your customers, your clients, or your prospective customers and clients are having, just providing straight up amazing educational content. If you can add a little entertainment to it, edutainment, that really works well on social media right now. But just doing that consistently, making it really easy for them to know who you are, who you help, and how they can contact you. Doing this every single day, you're going to grow your business online because your competitors, the other industry, the other people in your industry, close by neighbors, they're not doing this. This is your opportunity.
Yeah. And what's interesting is I follow Gary Vee, and he's an influencer such as yourself. And he was talking about when these new concepts such as vertical video or these new platforms where you're capturing attention, you have to go hard, because otherwise when people catch up, then you lose your market share. So right now is the best time for these like short form vertical videos. You talked about SEO and search. How do you maximize SEO for video marketing?
Yeah. And just a quick note here. I'm a big Gary Vee fan too. I'm the whole reason I got started on TikTok actually was because of Gary Vee. He was, 3 years ago, he was like, this is the newest thing. TikTok is the newest thing. It's crazy. You got to get on it. And I almost felt like 3 years ago, I was too late. That's such a common misconception that we always have. Here we are 3 years plus later. It's still super early. It's still so early for everyone.
Yeah.
The best time to start something was, 3 years ago. The second best time is right now. But yeah, to answer your question about search, TikTok in particular is becoming a search engine. Very much so. They just expanded the description in videos to 2,200 characters. So they want you to type in keyword-rich descriptions there. People are using the search functionality as a search engine. People are typing things in, searching for information. And it like much like Google, like, the search engine that everybody knows, of course. When you start to type something in on TikTok, it's going to show you auto suggestions of what people are typing on in real time, updates, much like YouTube. If you think about YouTube as well, when you start to type something into the search bar up there, it has that drop down and it shows you things related to your search that real people are actually searching for. And then after you search for that, you scroll down on TikTok as well. It's going to have a section, people also searched for, much like Google, right? It has that same exact tab, people also search for. If you look at your videos on TikTok now too, at the top of it, if they know what your video is about, it's beginning to categorize that video. It has a little label above that video. And you can only see this looking at your own videos, not on other people's, which is kind of interesting. Yeah. But they are putting so much money and resources into turning TikTok into a search engine. And if you think, and I'm going to tell you more how to optimize it, but if you think about it, like Gen Z and millennials, we're visual learners. Many of us, we're audio and visual learners, not as much written learners. That's just how a lot of us are.
Yeah.
And so when you think about it, like if you type in a search, like if you're traveling or you're looking for date night ideas, you're looking for best restaurants, you're going to search for best restaurants in Houston, Texas, for example, right? Because I don't live there. I'm looking for the, good information. I'm looking for the insider tips. If I do that on Google, I'm going to get the same TripAdvisor, Yelp article, and bogus lists that are paid to be on those search results over and over again that are manipulated. It's not real results. It's based on reviews and it's paid to be there. And it doesn't give you a visual understanding. I can't picture myself in that restaurant or doing that activity. So when you search for those things on TikTok, you're going to get served a short video showing that experience, showing those date night ideas, showing the best restaurants, showing the best speakeasies, the best bars, the best dog-friendly hikes, all of these things. And you can picture yourself experiencing that. And then based on that individual search, it'll show you expanded searches on that. I was doing a search the other day of like best things to do in Nashville, because I was in Nashville speaking at a conference, and it specified it by month. Best things to do in Nashville in November. That's really specific, and it shows you specific videos like the best things to do in Nashville in the month of November, upcoming events. And so few people are leveraging content creation as an SEO, but so many people are using it for SEO to find information. That is the opportunity, because Google and even YouTube at this point are so saturated because everybody's been doing it that way. YouTube for 16 years, Google for over 20 years, people have been creating content, answering searchers' intent. Right now on TikTok in particular, there are far more people searching than there are people creating content for those searches. And that is the huge opportunity. So how can you optimize all of your content, and how can you get found for those searches? If you're familiar at all with SEO keyword research, there's tons of tools out there. There's free ones like answerthepublic.com, answersocrates.com, and you just type something in. You can type something in like physician, just to roll with that example again. You're going to get, like, those tools are going to show you a list of 100, 150 questions that people are searching for, prepositions that people are searching for, comparisons, and A through Z list of searches based on real data that people are searching for. That's your content strategy. Create short 60-second or less vertical videos answering those questions, talking about those comparisons, showing your expertise, and then putting that video on TikTok, saying that question or that preposition, that comparison in that opening line. That's your hook. Putting that in the description of the video, putting in relevant hashtags, for that industry as well. That's how you're going to optimize. You can also optimize your profile for search and even local search as well. There's so many ways that you can just optimize that headline on your profile. One of our clients is a therapist based out of Orange County, California. So we have his display name is Orange County, California therapist. That's an expensive keyword for PPC, Google paid ads. That's a very competitive term to rank on the first page of Google for, but because nobody's really optimizing that way on TikTok, we're instantly able to rank at the top of that searches. And quick last thing here for videos and local search. When you're uploading a video on TikTok, you can actually add a location. So you can add your specific location, much like Instagram, you can do this too, of where this video is taking place. So, and then that is clickable on the actual video, and it shows you a feed of all of the videos in that particular area, and it gets served to people in that area as well. Very few people are adding locations, even though that feature is there. So you can dominate your area using all of these strategies.
Yeah, very yeah, this is great. And then you talk about, one thing was frequency of posting, and then you 60 seconds or less. We'll talk about how frequently should businesses post on their social media platform.
As frequently as you can consistently commit to is the answer there. So I would recommend at least once a day, and you can batch record that, which means, you know, take one day a week and knock out 7 videos and then just schedule them out 1 per day. If you can do more than that, great. What I don't recommend is doing 5 videos published all on a Monday, and then you take a week off, and then the following week on Tuesday you publish 3. No, it's so much better to build that consistency of 1 per day, 2 per day, 3 per day. Consistency over time is the key to success in everything in life, not just on videos. Yeah. But it's going to get easier the more that you build that content library up. You can repurpose and repost older videos from months ago to maintain, because we all have busy lives, right? There's moments in time where we need vacations, we get sick, holidays, stress, life, you know, there's all these things. Consistency though. Yeah.
And one thing that's another interesting thing is, why should people aim for 30 seconds or less for vertical video content?
Well, so I would say up to 60 seconds is the absolute maximum, because 60 seconds is going to give you the ability to repurpose across the most platforms. So for instance, Facebook Reels have a maximum of 60 seconds upload time, and Pinterest idea pins have a maximum of 60 seconds as well. TikTok is up to 10 minutes. YouTube Shorts is also 60 seconds as well. So if you're repurposing your content, which you absolutely should, 60 seconds is that sweet spot. Now, arguably one of the most important things to get more reach, get more followers, get more engagement, etc., is audience retention. So you have to hold their attention throughout the vast majority of that video. So if you think about it, if you're able to hold all of their attention on a longer video, that video is going to get sent out to more. If you can hold their attention for 100% audience retention, or even more than 100% audience retention on a 30-second video, that's really good. That's really good. That's the most important thing, is just being able to hold their attention throughout. Cut out the uhs, cut out the ums, cut out the repeated lines that you're saying, cut out the hi, I'm Dr. Lou, and in video I'm going to be talking. No, don't talk about any of that. You have to hook them in immediately. That first 2 seconds in the video has to stop their scroll, provide value that you're going to deliver. Just get right to it, fast cuts, hold their attention throughout.
Yeah. Great advice. One, I know we're getting to the end of the conversation. Can you speak a little bit about some of the growth hacking secrets to boost engagement using video marketing?
Oh, absolutely. So I actually take this to the extreme a little bit, but I'll share some of my hacks. There are going to be trolls coming into your comments. I'm sorry to break that news to you. That's a big fear of a lot of people getting started with video marketing. Welcome to the internet, folks. There's always going to be trolls. I'll go back to a Gary Vee quote that anybody that is going to go out of their way to leave a hateful comment on your video based on nothing or based on their own personal anecdotal evidence, not your expertise in your industry, give them empathy, because that's coming from a place of personal insecurity. It's nothing against you. And I know that that's easier said than done. I understand that trolls can affect your mental health. But with that being said, the more comments that you get, positive or negative, directly impact the growth of your video. So what I like to do is I have a process I call baiting their ego. I love trolls. So I will purposely mispronounce words. I will do silly stuff with my hair. I'll do, this. So people are like, what's up with your hair, bro? I share useful websites. I do a lot of videos on useful websites that help business owners. So I show the URL, I put my phone up to the screen, and right below that URL, I will put a funny folder or something that says something a little suspicious or controversial. And I don't mention it, but it's just there. It's very visible. And so what that does is it causes people to rewatch that video and run to the comment section and be like, wait a minute, did I really just see that? Did anybody else see this? Are we gonna not talk about this thing? And so all of these things increase the engagement of that video. It causes people to rewatch it one more time to make sure that they saw or heard that thing. I know that they're going to correct me because they're trolls, right?
Yeah.
I want that engagement. And so you don't have to do that, but think about different ways that you can maybe say controversial statements, have something like interesting in your background that's going to cause them to pause and leave a comment like, what's that thing in your background? That thing is super weird. Like what's going on there? If you're doing a video outdoors, just like have somebody like in a Bigfoot costume just like walk by you in the background inexplicably. So like they stop the video and they're like, did I just see Bigfoot in the back? There's all these little funny things that you can do. Lean into your authenticity. But if you can figure out how to get more people to comment on your videos by just putting in little secret things, your account's going to grow like crazy.
Yeah. Fascinating. Really interesting. And really the Gen Z millennials, they really understand how to capture attention and really basically build a following and audience and build a living out of it. So and how do people contact you, follow you on social media? I know you're big on YouTube, TikTok, with hundreds of thousands of followers, or visit your website, etc.
Yeah, well, thank you so much again. I hope this information was helpful. Tried to jam pack a lot in here. If anyone wants to learn more or directly contact me, you can find me on at Socialty Pro on whatever your favorite social media platform is across the board. You can connect with me on LinkedIn too for any professionals at Austin Armstrong. Austin Armstrong 90, I think, is my actual URL, but you'll see a nice photo of me and some TikTok stuff on my profile there. Happy to answer any and all questions. And if anyone wants to jump on like a consulting call, we're a full done for you service agency and TikTok as well. So we can help you grow.
Yeah. And for all the audience out there, Austin's resources will be in the links and show notes. Be sure to follow him on TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. These are great ways to grow your audience, capture market share. So thanks so much. It's been a fantastic conversation.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.